Hey everybody, and welcome to Jack's Treasures here on YouTube.
In Nashville.
We are in Nashville. We're not in Nashville right now. Right now we're at our house.
Yeah,
Because
but
we
we're
are
in Nashville when
pre-recording
this comes out.
Yes. This is Jesse.
This is Jesse. I'm Brian.
And I'm Tracy.
That's Tracy. That's Jack.
Yeah.
It's over there. This is our ongoing series of questions and answers that people have asked us, or that we have asked other people, or that we just made up to make a video.
Who asked us this question, Brian?
I did.
Today's topic is
Oh
going
my
to
God,
be
you were so bad.
What
Okay.
is volume discounting and when should you use it? Brian,
What?
let's cover the topic.
Okay. What is volume discount? Why should you use it? Well, there's two things though. There's static listing and there's live listing. What did I do? Okay, static listing is
Like eBay.
like eBay or any of the other sites that you may use. Static listing. Okay, we need to edit. All right. It's when
Would you
you
like to
sell
start over?
when you have many items.
Yes.
When you have many items
Okay.
that are very the same, or they're similar, or they're like different color, or something like that. But
Those are variations.
you use variations, but you use volume discounts when you have similar items, and you're trying to encourage multiple purchases, not just one. Don't
Right.
just buy just one of these things. You want them to buy many of these different things.
Let
and
me
take
give my
advantage
very
of
favorite
things.
example of volume discounting: index cards. I sold a ton. I couldn't think of a good way to preface that without cussing.
Do you want to start over now?
No, I sold a ton of index cards last year. I was selling them in bundles of 10, where you got 10 packs of index cards, and I had at any given time like 400 packs of these 10 up. And my goal was to get people to buy 4, 5, 6 packs of the 10 at one time, because that became a better economic deal for me.
And for them.
I did better on the shipping. So I did a volume discount. If they bought one, it was for full price. If they bought two, they got, I think, 10% off. If they bought three, they got 12% off. If they bought 4 or more, they got 20% off. I was pushing for that 4 or more, because
Right.
that's when the shipping break really happened for me.
And even though you're lessening the amount of money that you're making on the sale of one, if you sold one, and one, you're also talking about an item that you're shipping one, and one,
Right.
versus 6 and making good money on the 6. So the benefit or the reason or what volume discounting is a means to encourage multiple purchases
Right.
from whatever it is that you may have. In live selling, you can do volume discounting, but you just do it in a different way, which is bundling, making bundles. Say, okay, well, I'm going to make a bundle of these. Like, I got a Blu-ray show tonight, and if they don't sell, I'll put 2 of them together. I'll say, oh, I got Rio and Rio 2,
plus
and
Rio 2.
Rio 1 didn't sell, and I say, okay, well, here's Rio 2, and it doesn't sell, so I put them both together, and I sell them at the same price, whatever. And that's a volume discount, because I'm adding 2 things, so you're multiplying, you're adding to the amount, that's the volume part, and then you're giving them, what?
I'm just trying to figure out if we're adding or multiplying it. You said both.
This is a great series, isn't it? I love the series so much.
But
yeah.
there are other ways that you can come up with volume discounts as well. Sometimes when we have just way too much of an item, we will sell in a way that's actually geared to sell towards other resellers. One of the more common ways we do that is on Shop Commons, which is a district platform. And like, for example, I did last week a bunch of sticky notes. And instead of selling each pack of sticky notes by itself, I sold 20 packs of them to one buyer at a discounted price. Yes, I got less per pack than if I'd went out and sold each of them individually, but it got them out of my life.
One of the best ones that we did on that was remote control TV, remote control.
Ooh, I've got some of those to put
We got a
too.
lot of those, and we sold those fairly quick. I mean, she
Yep.
put them up, and they sold within
Within a day, I think.
yeah. So That was just one of those things. All you got to do with volume discounting, if you're volume discounting to another reseller, is leave meat on the bone. Let them be able to make some money on that. Think about it this way. And also you can use volume discount when you're purchasing.
Yes.
Okay, when you're making purchases. When you go to yard sales and you see a lot of certain items, you use volume discounts to try to get a better deal. If I buy all of them, how much can I get?
Right.
Okay. Green 13 does a lot of stuff on that. When he talks about sourcing on Whatnot, check out his shows on Sundays at 8 o'clock Eastern time. He talks a lot about sourcing. AM. I'm sorry, AM. 8 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. It is. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going on to that way too long. But check him out. He does a lot of stuff like that on how to talk the language of the seller. Is the seller selling in bundles? Is he selling in individuals? It's a way for you to get a volume discount by buying more of something like that. I tried it at a yard sale. It was an epic fail. I kind of knew it was going to be though, because what it was we drove up on this yard sale. We were in Knoxville, and he was putting out die-cast cars. And he had a lot of die-cast cars. I mean, I'm talking about 5 tables of these die-cast cars. And I started engaging and talking to him with them, and it comes to find out that they were his father's cars, and they were downsizing because I guess his father had moved in, okay? Well, right then and there, I kind of had a feeling that there was no way I was going to do it because I was trying to buy them all. I was going to buy them all. I was going to offer them $200, and I'll buy all of them, okay? And there was well over 200. Okay, well, maybe about 100. And so I was like, I'm perfectly happy to do that. They would be really cool. I'm taking all the risks and buying whatever it may be. But the father, when he came to make the deal, and I asked him, I said, well, how much are they? And he says, well, they vary, because nothing was priced. That was another thing that I knew I wasn't getting it at that time. And he says, well, the prices vary. And I says, well, how much if I buy all of them? And the first thing he said, well, take those first 3 off the table because those are $100 each. And I'm going, okay. So I'm understanding right here that this is not going to be well. I mean, it's going to be an epic fail. And he says, I don't know, how much would you offer? And I said, well, my offer would be $200 for all of them. I said, if you want me to get those other 3, I'll give you $250. And I'm just taking a guess that they're worth $100. I have no earthly idea. And of course, he didn't take the deal. I knew he wasn't going to take the deal. And I knew he wasn't going to happen before we even started, when the son said, they're my dad's, and nothing was priced. So the dad had to price everything. So I don't believe he sold any. I wouldn't have thought he would sell any.
I don't think so.
But it's a great way to get a lot of stuff, is you make a pile. Make a pile. Well, how much for the whole pile now? You know, when you're doing that, you're expecting a volume discount. Volume discount is buying in bulk and getting it at a cheaper price. So that's about the simplest definition of that. We're going to cut this one short because you know what? We's in Nashville, so we're going to go have a little bit of fun in Nashville. Maybe hit Broad Street tonight, have some fun. Today is the official first day of the Nashville meetup hosted by Ray, the Nashville Flipper. There are amazing friends here that we've already seen. We haven't seen anybody because we haven't left yet. But we're talking like we did. You know, man, I saw Kevin, the Commonwealth Picker, was here.
I didn't see him.
Yeah, Jen's Multiverse was here. Yeah.
I see my cat.
Yep, there. And Jack's Treasures was there. So make sure you like, share, and you know who else is there? Roman is there. Yes, our friend Roman, who is an amazing reseller in and of himself and YouTuber, just is great. And if you haven't seen him, check him out. We'll maybe post a link down there below. But he's just a really, really great guy.
Like, share, subscribe, pet a cat, support Stop Soldier Suicide, and have a wonderful day.
Peace out from Jack's Treasures in Nashville.
Bye.
Bye.